this year for 2024, we are asking all of our guests to kick off the first 24 minutes of the podcast. Get it? 2024. First 24 minutes of the podcast with all of the reasons as to of what they love, admire, and wish to see for our mother, Taylor Swift, this year. So if you could start off with what you like about her and why, and then we'll go from there. You have 24 minutes. Go.
Damn, you put me on the spot. 24 minutes. All right. Taylor Swift. Honestly, great woman. Phenomenal. Honestly, I want to see her, I guess, stay with this boyfriend. Because I kind of want to see what kind of music she puts out if she actually gets married. Because if all her music is related to her breakups and all her previous exes,
right?
I wanted to see what kind of music she puts out when she's actually happily married.
Yes.
Because by far, the two favorite Taylor Swift songs that I like is Shake It Off and Blank Space.
Okay.
And the only reason why I like Blank Space is because of the cover that the band I Prevail did.
Okay.
And by far, fun, amazing songs.
Are both of those songs about breakups?
I think Shake It Off is just probably just like a dance song. Yeah. Honestly.
I don't know which ones are and which ones aren't. I know. Yeah. I don't know the lore. I don't know the lore behind the songs. I know some of the songs. I can maybe name 5, but I think, interesting. You said music while she's married, because I think the number one thing at the top of everyone's list for 2024 is that Taylor and Travis elope. They want to see them elope or actually get married. I think maybe for that reason. I haven't heard anyone say that's why we want them to get married, to see the music, but I think that's a great point. Like because all we've seen so far is what her team tells her is good for radio. Yes. And the breakups. Yeah. Right?
So like,
ooh, you're onto something.
Yeah. And like, everybody wants a happy marriage and everything, and good for her. Right. But I just want the music. Just give me the music. I want to see what can she do if she's happily married. Because I believe that music might be fire. She's already selling out arenas worldwide and, she's making a shit ton of money. Imagine how much more she can make.
Right. And I mean, even if I think that number now, I think like last week they said she was worth $4 billion.
Dude, you know what I could do with $4 billion?
Well, what anyone on this planet could do with $4 billion. But I think, so on the flip side of that, I mean, here's the thing. If it goes south in 2024, if, you know what I mean? Because they won last night, right? The Chiefs won last night. They've got one more step to go to the Super Bowl, right? If they win next week's game, I think I'm correct. I don't know anything about sports.
I don't either, but I think they're going to play soon because there were talks about how there's going to be like a negative wind chill and everybody needs to cover up. And
well, that was last night.
Oh, okay.
So that was last night. The Steelers, and I think the Steelers were also supposed to play yesterday, but it was like snowing in Buffalo to the point where like they didn't have enough people to get rid of the snow. So they canceled that, pushed it to Monday, and I'm pretty sure, I think the Chiefs have one more game to secure their spot in the Super Bowl. Correct me if I'm wrong and make fun of my voice in the comments, but if you, I think that's it. So who knows? We'll see. I'm curious if he doesn't make it to the Super Bowl, will Taylor Swift stick around, right? Or also too, if that is the end all be all for the relationship, she's worth $4 billion.
Yeah.
She can go off and buy the Kansas City Chiefs. And now, what's the net? Ship him off to Canada? Like, what are we doing with Kelce? Get rid of him. He's fired.
Honestly, I think that would be just like a huge power move.
Right.
Like if they break up, she buys the Kansas City Chiefs.
Buy the Chiefs.
And now she's, his boss.
Right.
So, if she wants to, like, you're gone.
Ooh. So if Taylor becomes his boss, they break up, she buys the Chiefs, she's the boss.
Yes.
Does she keeps him around then to further twist the knife, or does she immediately ruin his career and let him go and destroy his life?
Honestly, if she wants to be petty, she would keep him around. If she keeps him around, that's more like animosity.
Right. You got to see me every day, bitch.
You got to see me every day. You got to listen to what I say.
You're walking down the tunnels with your new girlfriend. Does she have a world tour? Is she worth $1 billion?
Yeah.
Guess what? You're on the bench. Next game, the whole game, you're on the bench.
Yeah, and either way, it's going to be a win-win for her.
Ooh.
Because if she's happily married, great for them. Music is going to be fire. Mm-hmm. If they break up, that music is going to even be twice. Fire. Yes, it's going to be twice as fire, bro. And for the fact that if they break up and she buys the Kansas City Chiefs, which she should. Right. Either way, she should. Right. She can also tell, I guess the coaches, don't start him, leave him on the bench. Yeah. And then for the rest of his career on the Chiefs, he could be a bench warmer.
What if she does the ultimate chess move and has her team set up 3 different offshore accounts and then purchases the Chiefs via an LLC, this company, umbrella company, whatever the Sam Bankman-Frieds, whatever the billionaires do, right? Buy it through an offshore company.
Yeah.
And then Kelce has no idea. Kelce has no idea. Bro. They're like, hey, we've got a new owner coming in. They're going to be a private thing. Don't worry about it. It's not changing a thing. But really, the puppet master behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz, is Taylor Swift. And Kelce, one season in, he's been benched every 13th game. And every time he wears the color red out in public, he's on the bench or whatever. Whatever games Taylor decides to do. Smart chess moves.
Dude, it's the ultimate fucking power move. I really hope that I don't hope or pray on anybody's downfall.
Sure.
But on the off chance that this happens, that should be the way that she goes about it. And then she could even write a book about it, Just Taylor. Add up onto it,
I think she's above that.
Is she?
I think she's above the book.
Okay.
The book is more reserved for the Britney Spears, the people who if Britney Spears went to a football game, what is it? TMZ is going to say something about it. Who's going to report?
You're right.
But as soon as Taylor Swift shows up to the stadium, it's is she? Whoa, where is she?
Better yet, if they do break up, give it 2 albums. 2 albums of
keep us guessing.
Yes.
Oh, so then she guarantees the next 2 albums to completely dominate the music industry because all of us are waiting for the Kelce response. And she doesn't say a word about it.
Exactly.
And then the new album comes out, we all listen, and we're like, she didn't say a fucking word. And then she comes out on Twitter and she's like, hey guys, it wasn't the right time for me. So maybe the next album, I'll talk about what happened between me and Travis. And then now,
it blows up.
Right. So then now, not only are we anticipating the next album,
yes,
everyone goes back and re-listens to this album to figure out what the fuck she was talking about.
Exactly.
Because if she's not talking about that, what else are we singing about?
Right.
Is that the only artist we do that with? What other artists do we dissect the lyrics, the breakups, the behind it? No other artist is known for, right? Yeah. Is there? I mean,
I think Taylor Swift might be the top person for that.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's a song on Lizzo's album about, one of her exes or why men great till they gotta be great, of course.
Maybe 1 or 2 songs, or even most artists probably just leave a line.
But we're not waiting.
Yeah.
No one's waiting for the new J-Lo album to come out about, Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? We're not excited to hear about Ben Affleck's whatever.